Hello there.
Hello. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dino Joe Show. It's lovely to see you all here. How is everyone doing? Who have we got in the chat this evening? Hello, Harry. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. And Corey, nice to see you, mate. How is everyone's Thursday evening going? Oh, I am knackered after a very busy weekend again. But that's just me, very tired. Right, let's get on with the show. Tonight, we are supposed to be joined by Ryan Milkey, but I don't know where he is currently. I've sent him the link, but we shall see where he is. So let's get on with it until he shows up. All right, so tonight, we are going to be reviewing London and Film Comic-Con Winter and going through a few things, film and TV, from the last week or so. So here's the schedule. Catch up with Milky. We will do that as and when. Go through London Film Comic-Con and review it. Have a quick run through of the Loki finale and where we think it's going next, because I don't know about you guys, but it blew my mind. So yeah, I want to have a quick talk about Loki. See what's going on in the news with all things film and TV, and then we will all just have a chat, open it up to you guys, and have a catch up. So we'll go back to that if and when, but let's get straight into the London and Film Comic-Con Winter review. So I'll go through my points and my experience. So these are the guests that I met. So the first guest that I met was Olivia Cook. So I went to LFCC with R&M Collectibles, who is Mark Coombsy, who you all know, and Dan. Mark, sorry, no, I think all three actually had, all three had autos with Olivia Cook. So I went with all, went with them for their experience so I could get some proof of their signings. Managed to get some really good footage of Olivia Cook, and she was an absolutely amazing guest, I have to say. Her interaction was great, very, very detailed. She instigated conversation, which was really nice. She seemed really happy to be there. I had a suspicion that she was going to be a bit like down and not very keen, just as she cancelled late last time. But obviously, it must turn out that it must have just been filming issue. I know House of Dragon season 2 was filming at the time of LFCC summer, so I assume that is the reason why she had to cancel extremely late on. But yeah, she was very, very sound. So managed to get a lovely little photo, and yeah, a really nice interaction. Corey says, yeah, seemed really sweet. Yeah, she was really, really nice. Very humble. It was quite funny that her accent kept coming out. I didn't realize she was a northerner at first. She was speaking like almost like she was a southerner, and then when she was opening up about stuff, she was like, "Oh, I don't know, you know." It started going into like a northwest accent, which was quite funny. Saturday Telford Comic Con, it'll be a good day. Oh, you going to Telford, are you, Harry? Who are you meeting, mate? I've seen that they've had a few cancellations. some road cancellations as well. Some of the things that they've said. It's quite surprising the reason people have cancelled. I've seen that some of the reasons for cancellations have been contractual obligations, which seems a bit strange. So hopefully it's good, mate, and you don't get anybody that you want to see cancel. Yeah. So the next guest I meet is the big one. Now this was mad. I got there quite early on Saturday. I was expecting it to be mega busy for this man. And to be honest, even though he was like my main priority, and if there was anything I was going to get done, it would have been this, I was still worried that it wasn't going to happen. Turns out it was very easy. So I managed to get quite an early virtual queue ticket. I think my virtual queue ticket was like 28 or something, because I was there nice and early. But yeah, it wasn't even that busy. The queuing system was really good. So I got my autograph at probably like 10:30. Yeah, probably about 10:30 in the morning, something like that, I'd say. No, it couldn't have been. No, probably about 11:30, I'd say. Yeah, he was amazing. The queue was like 10 minutes max, and I thought I was expecting to be in the queue for like 2-3 hours, genuinely, like even more. It was so stress-free. Went into his booth, gave him a little spud, which he put out, asked your name, said it was a pleasure to meet me. I was a bit like, not even nervous because he was so sound, but like obviously starstruck. He's a massive guest. And he was asking if I wanted stuff on the auto. So I've seen from like, the only autos I've ever seen from him online is literally just his name across the pop. So here is the pop I've got. So I've managed to get 2 Joe, Kit Harington, Jon Snow, and Winter is coming. So yeah, but I'll show that in big screen in a minute, in full screen. But yeah, so when I met him, I just asked for my name. I wanted it to be personalised to me. And he goes, "Do you want Jon Snow at the bottom as well, Joe?" I was like, "Yes, please, mate." Yeah. Before I even said, he was asking. Yeah, he was fantastic. I've seen a lot of negative comments about his photo ops. People saying that he looks really straight faced, but even for his photo op. So I met him. For the photo op about 2:30. So a good few hours later. Give him a spud again. And he said, "Oh, you all right, Joe? How's your day been so far?" I was like, fucking hell. Like, he's a massive guest, and he's remembered me a few hours later, and he met, obviously, loads of people. And I said, "Yeah, not too bad. How was yours?" He went, yeah, it's all right. And then he posed for the photo. So he's all smiley before and after, but he was in, like, Jon Snow character, which is funny, and brings me on to Corey's comment, because he goes in Jon Snow character, but, yeah, looks really strange about the beard. There's so many people in the queue when they would come out of his booth from autos and go, "He looks really weird about a beard, doesn't he?" And yeah, exactly, Harry. Yeah, it does look like a different dude, but he was so sound. Harry's meeting Ryan Hurst, going to get a Walking Dead comic signed, either his first appearance or another one. To that's cool. Fair play. He's is he beta? Is he beta? Is that right? And he's in Sons of Anarchy. That's cool. Very nice. Yeah. So here is the Kit Harington pop in all its glory. So good. I was really umming and ahhing about getting it in like an aqua blue paint pen, but I'm glad I went with the white now, especially because he's wrote Winter is Coming. But yeah. Before I dropped it. Yeah, so sick. All its glory. Actually, I'm just going to put it down. I'm nervous about dropping it. Also, with a guest this big, this is something you would not expect. Look at the size of this quote that he done for someone's auto. How mad is that? So he has written there the full Night's Watch vow. And I quote, he said to the person who got it done, "This is the first and last time I'm ever doing this." So fair play to whoever managed to get this done. That is probably the coolest Kit Harington auto out there. Look at the size of it. He's practically written a bloody novel. Yeah, fair play. Fair play. Absolutely mad. Yeah, it's better. Cool. Such a good autograph. Looks sick with a white pen. Yeah, his auto's sick. And yeah, I do really like the white paint pen. It's very cool. The next guest I met Ian McDermott. So I got a photo with Ian, and I got that one first. Every other auto I got the autos first. But I did get the photo with Ian first because he was very, very busy for autographs throughout the day. But even so, queues were like 10 minutes max. The queue systems were really good. It was just that he always had a constant 10-minute queue, where others sort of like seemed to dip. But yeah, so for the photo, he was really nice, very quiet, but he is an old man, so it is what it is. And for the autograph, I did my standard. I'll get whatever your favorite quote is, and he just looks up and went, "Do it," and I just started laughing because that's what I'd want anyway. But to hear him say it, I was laughing quite hard. It was very funny. Regarding Kit Harington, yeah, very, very impressive. Yeah, it is, mate. It's very impressive. So yeah, that was Ian McDermott. Crazy. 3 huge guests for me. Kit and the Emperor. I mean, Ian McDermott is such a huge part of the prequels for me. I know obviously he's the Emperor in the originals, but he's so menacing in the political standpoint in the prequels, and it's just such an honor and privilege to meet him. So yeah, really cool. I mean, he must be a good actor then if you remember your lines even after the show has ended. That's dedication. Yeah, especially like a good couple of paragraphs, but I imagine he said that very many times in his life. But to be able to get it word for word, write it down, I doubt there was someone who was asking for it who'd written the whole thing for him to copy. So yeah, I assume he just read it back. Yeah, nice to see as he clearly enjoyed playing Jon Snow. I hope so. I know a few people asked him about the Snow series, and he didn't really give much away. I noticed someone near the end of the day said, "Don't hold your breath," which is a bit concerning. But to others, he was just a bit like. So we'll see. Apparently, it's going ahead, but who knows? It might be. It might not be. We shall see. Right. These are other guests that I met. So I technically met Paul Bettany. I queued up with Mark, who was getting a Vision Auto. This was probably the most disappointing interaction of the day. He didn't really seem asked to be there, to be honest. I mean, he did the full auto and the full quote and everything that anyone wanted, but he was very robotic, ironically. He just didn't really seem that asked. Didn't say anything. Just accept, thank you. It was very like, yeah, cheers. And especially when he's like on par, he's like the most expensive guest. It wasn't great. I would have been annoyed if I'd got an auto, to be honest with you. But yeah, is what it is. Craig Fairbrass, I went on a Sunday with one of my mates, and he met Craig Fairbrass. It was his first guest experience and interaction, so he was a bit nervous, but Craig was really sound. I don't think he's done a con before because he didn't seem like he had done. He was just really, really relaxed. The footage I've got on my vlog is really funny. I went to take my pen back, and he went for a handshake, and he went, "Shit, I got your pen." It's quite funny. And then my mate asked for a photo, and not supposed to, obviously, and he went, "Okay, yeah, go on then," which was quite funny. And it's nice to see that guests like there was a lot of that at LFCC this year. That guests were just happy to take photos and interact with fans rather than straight away say no, can't do that, no, can't do that. So that was really cool. And Karen Gillan, not long after we walked into the con, we just grabbed our virtual queue tickets, and then Karen Gillan literally walked in front of us. And I think it was Dan or Mark went, "Hi, Karen." She turned around as she's walking away and went, "Oh, hello." And then I was like quickly grabbing my phone out to get some footage. But about 3 or 4 times during the day, she just walked past us. It was really cool. And yeah, she was really nice. Craig's a really cool dude. Would love to meet him. Yeah, he was absolutely sound. I think he was 25 quid. And that's what my mate paid for the auto, and then he managed to get a photo as well. So yeah, really cool. Really good price. Captain price, some may say. Right, so the pros of LFCC winter for me was the virtual queues. It was so easy. When you go past the queue, you just say, "Oh, what are you doing?" And generally they were going diamonds, still doing diamonds. Come back and they'd give you a sort of time, a general time they thought you could get in the queue, and in most cases they were spot on. It just meant that you could just enjoy the con and go around and do other stuff rather than just stand in queues all day, which is what basically my Saturday, all of my Saturday Comic Con Scotland was just standing in queues. With this one, I could just enjoy the day and it was stress free. The guest interactions was class. All of them I had a really good experience with. Whilst I was in the Ian McDiarmid queue, there was a man stood in front of me. I was thinking, I recognise this fella. And I tapped, I think it was Mark who stood next to me, and it might have been Dan. I went, "Is that Frank Skinner, the comedian?" For any of you that know Frank Skinner, he was in Room 101. He also wrote and sang It's Coming Home, the England tune. So he's had like three number ones of that song. And we both looked, and Dan is in full Joker get up. And he just looks at him and goes, "That is Frank Skinner." So Dan got a photo. So yeah, that was really cool. Staff are really friendly, really helpful. Coombsy and Mark went to the Olympia on the Friday night, so Mark could get his diamond pass for Olivia Cook, and they were really helpful and said, "Oh, if you need any help tomorrow, make sure you just come up to me and we'll help sort you out." Yeah, it was great. Everything about staff-wise was brilliant, and I've put virtual queues there twice. So I've obviously meant to put something else, copy and paste in, and I forgot what it is. So virtual queues were really good double time. Right, and the cons. This didn't really bother me, but I've seen it's been a big complaint amongst people. For the photo ops, it was literally just a photographer with a camera. Usually, they have a tripod and they just zoom in and out so you can get like a full shot of both your bodies. But for this one, it was just a guy with a camera zooming in. And for me, most of mine are all pretty zoomed in because I'm fairly tall. For example, my photo with Kit is pretty zoomed in to just the two of us, where when you see other people's photo ops, generally speaking, it's zoomed out, so it's all of you stood up. Like if I compare it to, oh, it's too far away. The photo of me, Lee Tell, and Cameron Monaghan, it's like pretty much our full body. So yeah, that's a shame. Again, doesn't bother me, but I suppose it is a con when you're paying that sort of money. But I can give two cheerses, but I know a lot of people do. The Karen Gillan situation, for those who don't know, Karen Gillan was advertised as appearing both days. She only did Saturday, so they had to compile every diamond onto Saturday. So there wasn't many people that just had a virtual queue ticket that actually got to meet her. She did her utmost, to be fair, like in between talks and photo ops, she'd like dive back in for like 5 minutes at a time when she had like 5 minutes free. So Mark managed to get his auto done. It didn't get a quote, but she said she wasn't doing quotes or putting character names, and she did put a character name. So yeah, can't really complain. She was really nice, and obviously we've seen her about 3 or 4 times during the day. Lever was in the chat. What's up, mate? Good to see you, my photo buddy. But yeah, that's sort of like the only cons for me. And again, like the Karen Gillan thing, it is what it is. The tripods, some people might get annoyed with it. I couldn't care less. So yeah. I have gone back to the floor plan from last week just to show you sort of how it was laid out. To be honest, I thought it was really well laid out. So you come in the front here, and as you come in, there was a few stalls along this way. And that wasn't stalls, so it was like a row of guest signings looking this way, and then behind it you had Kit, Paul, and Karen in their own booths, and then along this bit you had like Olivia Cook, a few others, and then some guests here as well. So it was laid out really good. It was really good as you came in and people started looking around the con here. You could just dive that way quickly and go get your virtual queue tickets. So that was really easy, really handy. And then the rest of it through here was just stalls. There wasn't a lot of stalls. That'd probably be another con for me. If you were just going to the con just to have a chill and you weren't getting guest sign-ins or photos, it'd be probably quite a short day for you. As it was for me on the Sunday, really walked around, basically just carried on walking around. As I'd already seen everything, but I was just like showing my mate a Comic-Con. It's his first con. But yeah, it was, for guests and that, it was really well laid out. You could just have a walk around and then you'd come back around, have a look again, and kind of see whether it was your time to queue. But yeah, all very simple, all very easy. The next thing I wanted to go through was just the Loki finale. But ideally, I wanted to do this with Milky. Go on and hear his opinion, but is what it is. Corey said seemed a really good setup, planned out really well. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was really apprehensive before, just because of things I've heard about Monopoly, about Showmasters. But I genuinely can't complain. Really, I thought it was brilliant. It was really well laid out. Even the queuing outside was really good. Got off the tube, straight around, and then in a queue. Very easy, very simple, very user friendly. So yeah, can't complain about that at all. Staff were really friendly. Security are really friendly. Guests were class. Yeah, it was brilliant. It's probably it was my most enjoyable experience at a con, stress-free wise, except from Wales. Yeah, probably on par with Wales, but obviously this had bigger guests, so yeah, can't complain at all. So yeah, the Loki finale. Where to start? I really didn't like the first episode of Loki season 2, and after I absolutely loved it. The finale for me, probably one of my favorite MCU projects ever. The finale, and now Loki's probably like top 3 MCU characters of all time for me. His arc is incredible. I think it's like 12 years he's been a part of the MCU now. Tom Hiddleston, and Loki's just fucking brilliant. He is so cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed the finale. The sort of twists and turns. Every time you thought you knew it was going on, they'd chuck another twist in. It was just great. And even the fact that, like, at the end, when he combines all the timelines and stuff and it goes green, is that why the time stone's green? And it's been green all along because of it? And then that's why it makes so much sense. It's just like proper mind-boggling. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. What was your opinions, everyone? Have you seen Loki finale? What did you think? I'm glad Loki's getting the love he deserves. Yeah, too right. And absolutely deserves it. Such a cool character. Right, next up, we've got some TV and film news. So, there's been some really, really big news, especially in Marvel this week. So, Pedro Pascal apparently it says in talks, apparently yesterday it was confirmed, so say, via Deadline and a few other Screen Rant and some other places. Pedro Pascal apparently signed on to play Mr. Fantastic or Reed Richards in the MCU. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I think it's a bit desperate from Marvel. I feel like they've just got a really, really big name because Marvel is in the bin, so they're trying to lure people back in. Don't get me wrong. I think he's class, and I love him in everything that he does. But it does give off a whiff of desperation, I think. Consider they've been in talks of how many people now, and it was originally supposed to be coming out next year. Obviously ain't. Yeah, so it just seems like the Fantastic Four is never ever going to come out. But apparently he has put pen to paper, according to yesterday. So it'll be interesting in whether they announce it. But we'll see. I haven't seen season 2 yet. Oh, sorry, Corey. Yeah, it's really good. It's really easy to binge Loki because there's only 6 of them. I think the finale is actually quite long, but the rest of them are fairly short episodes. I would love Pedro Pascal in the MCU. Well, apparently he now is. Yeah, I definitely agree. There are better castings for him though. Yeah, I wasn't sure about him just being Reed Richards. I'm really excited for him to be in the MCU, but I don't know where they're gonna go with it. I don't know. Be interesting to see how they spin it. The other really big news is apparently the director for the Kang Dynasty has walked away, which is bad news to the MCU. There's been a lot of rumor mill spinning around the last few weeks that they're gonna drop Jonathan Majors and completely go away from Kang and try and respin it so Doctor Doom is now the big bad, and basically give up the last like 4 or 5 years of build up for Kang. And now the director who had signed on is now apparently walked away. So it almost confirms those rumors, doesn't it, that it ain't happening. I think Kang's on his way out, which is a shame. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy surrounding the whole Jonathan Major situation. It's not really something that I would want to talk about because I don't know enough about it. There's not enough public record about it. But yeah, it doesn't look good, does it? It's a shame that they're moving away from the character, not just the actor. If that's the case, I would have thought they would have just recast, considering that you can just make a different variant, and he can look a little bit different, you know? The same as like Pedro Pascal is now Reed Richards, and they've just had John Krasinski, and it's not the same dude. So why can't you recast? But I don't know. Marvel, Disney, God knows what's going on. What do you guys think is going on with the MCU? What do you think this means for future Avengers projects? I personally am fed up of everything, having to connect with everything, and I just want to see some standalone films. I miss the days where you could just watch Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, and they don't have to lead into anything, and it's just their own. That's why I don't even mind watching like the Sony standalone stuff, because it only connects with each other. So Madam Web is something I'm quite looking forward to, as that's just on its own. Yeah, I thought they'd recast. Yeah, it is a shame. It's a fantastic character, and it'd be a shame if they just completely bin it off or they don't go back to it in the future. Yeah. Bloody Marvel. Right, I've got a game for you lot. It's supposed to be for Milky and you, but I will just let you guys get involved. So this is Guess the Logo. I know, well, to be fair, chat are always far better than a guest at this game, including myself. When I'm a guest, I'm shocking at stuff like this. So this is Guess the Logo. Fastest finger first. I will keep scores. And the winner, I'll do something special for the winner. So everyone in the chat, please get involved. This is Guess the Logo. I'll give you 30 seconds-ish, and then I will get us going. So there's quite a few rounds of this. And we'll get started shortly. Get those fingers on those buzzers. On those buzzers.
Nice.
Nice. Right. Here we go. Guess the logo. Round 1. Someone tell me what that is, please. There was milliseconds in that. Milliseconds, both correct. But because it was milliseconds, I'll give Corey 2 and Harry can have 1, because there's no way that you could have read that and put that in. That was literally whiskers in it, absolute whiskers. So yes, that is Star Wars. Congratulations, well done. Next round, boom. Oh my god, that's harder than I thought. Oh, that's hard. Oh, I can't see what it is. Ah, not too hard. Not too hard. Well in. Well in, Harry. That's correct. How have you got that? It actually looks quite easy on my laptop, but on that, no. Fair play. Game of Thrones is correct. Well done, mate. Very good, very good. Right. You're not wrong, Corey. You're not wrong. Right. Next round. Bang. He's fast. He's absolutely rapid. And he's right again. 20th Century Fox. Well done. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If it makes you feel better, Corey, when I was trying to get the logo up, I did put 21st Century Fox. So, in the end of the world. Boom. Who's gonna be first? Nope. Seeing it on a bigger screen, it looks like another very well-known. Nope. I'll tell you what it looks like, and it's not. It looks like Jordan to me, but it is not. I'll give you 30 more seconds. I'll just start firing stuff in. I'll give you a clue. It is a film company, technically. Film empire. I'll give you that. You can have that. It's Disney. That looks like Jordan logo, doesn't it? It's Disney. Congratulations, Corey. It was very, very good. Big Walt. Well done. Yeah. Right, next one. Both very, very fast. I'll give you both a point there because they literally both come through at the same time. Well in, you two. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Nice.
Yes, Breaking Bad. Well in, everyone. Next one. Bang. That shit's really cool with that background. Cool, he's fast. He's so fast. Well in, Harry. That actually looks so sick. Above Ahsoka's head. Well, I'm not sure how many left. Go. This is a good one. Boom. Oh my god. Like, Corey was there a good few seconds before this time, so Corey has got on, which makes things very interesting. It's currently 5-5 between Corey and Harry. Oh, with the Rick profile picture as well. So that was correct. I believe. Let me just check. I think there's one left. So this is a tiebreaker. Yeah, there is one left. Are you ready? And it's a very, very hard one. It's just the last one. Sudden death dodgeball. One of these is right. Who do you think it is? Well then, Harry. 6-5. What a match. Yeah, I think all of those and the Game of Thrones one, they're all a bit off-putting because it does say they are on the white background. I was trying to throw everyone. Yeah, well in, Harry. GG, sir. Well played, well played. Good darts, good darts. Yeah, I would tell them you should keep your money. I would tell them to do one. Stay away from the opticians. You've completed it, mate. Well done, everyone. Thank you. Thank you all for playing the game. Well done at all. What a photo that is. Attractive, man. Well in, Harry. Just something I wanted to touch on quickly, as we've not mentioned it, as we've had a few weeks off. Yeah, just a little rest in peace to Matthew Perry. Didn't know if anyone wanted to share any thoughts of their favourite Friends episodes or anything else. Personally, I really enjoy him in 17 again. Yeah, very sad, very unexpected. My voice sounds off. Cold flu. No. I don't have a voice thing on, do I? News to me. Yeah, very sad news. But yeah, so now stream is open to you guys. I have no idea what's going on with my voice. Apparently my voices all over the gaff. How do you sort this out then? Audio. Echo cancellation. I don't know, you lot. What's that? Same. All over the gaff. All over the gaff. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you. In the chat. Have you recovered from con? You got con flu? I've seen that Coombsy is absolutely knackered. What's that like? About normal? Did you? Yeah, I've seen that a lot of people had con flu. It's that time of year, everyone's knackered. I may not have heard you earlier since you may have answered this, but any advice for virtual queue since I'm probably going to have to do the Saturday one? It's my first time doing one. Get there very, very early. So we went for a few beverages on Friday evening. Mark and Coombsy made a very sensible choice and went home a lot earlier than I did. Actually, not that much earlier than I did, to be fair. And for some reason, in my tipsy state, thought it would be a really good idea to put my phone on mute and turn my alarm that I'd already set off. So I woke up at 7:20 to a message from Coombsy saying, wakey, wakey. And they were already in the queue. So to be fair, I got in the queue about 10 to 8. I was up and out quite quickly. And I was probably like 50 people deep in the queue, I'd say. And Coombsy, Mark, and Dan were probably like 10th in the queue, if that. But they got very early virtual queue tickets. Basically, just go straight and grab them. It's just basically a raffle ticket. If you ever went to a meat counter, if you're old enough to ever experience a meat counter or been to like Brantano shoes, if you know what that is, or Clark's, where they used to give you a ticket, it's the same sort of situation. So just get them and then just keep doing the rounds past guests you want to see and just ask the handlers, how long do you think it will be? It's actually very, very easy. It's very stress-free. Kind of takes the power out of your hands of like, if you miss a guest, other stuff like Monopoly, it's your own fault because you haven't just stood in the queue all day. Where this kind of takes that away. Was London your favourite con? To be honest with you, probably, yeah. I really enjoyed Scotland, but that was probably just because like it was nice to go for a weekend away and it was good. We had a good laugh, but the actual Saturday, the con itself was mega stressful and was just a pain to get to. Because Tel was sick, I was supposed to be staying at Tel's last weekend. I ended up having to book a hotel on I booked a hotel on like Friday night, on Friday night, I think it was. So I went up, drove up, parked at a shopping centre in London, and then got a tube over. And my tube was one stop away from the con. It was so easy, really, really stress free. The con itself was amazing. We had a really good laugh. We got loads done. And all our interactions really good. So on that basis, probably was my favourite con. I can't wait to do another one. It was very, very easy. It's cold. It is. To be fair, for this time of year, it's not too bad. But yeah, everyone has one. That's the problem. Mark said he felt rough for a day or two. He's feeling all right now. That's good to hear, mate. Probably just fatigue, like actual fatigue, as well as having a cold. Don't help out into it. These are vicious rumours that happen to be true. I adopted an American man and informed him about the most beautiful destination in the world for holidays in Europe, which is, of course, Benidorm, which the American man was very, very happy to hear about. and cannot wait to visit himself now. I described it as the Bahamas of the UK, of Europe. So he's very excited to go. But yes, I was very hospitable to one of our brothers across the pond and spent a couple of hours having a few beverages with this man. It was quite fun. Yeah, so was I. So me and Mark were both at the end of a cold when we were at the con. So both of us sounded a bit throaty on Friday, which doesn't help by sinking many bevs. But these are all vicious rumors. Yeah, So this American man was staying with his mother, and he said he was going to try and convince her to delay their flights back to the States, which was the following day, so they could go to Benidorm. No, vicious rumors. Vicious rumors. There's nothing poor about it. He loves my company. Taught him many football chants. And ironically, we were in a Chelsea pub in Earls Court, and he was saying how much he loved Arsenal, and thought, you're going to get us killed here, sir. But hey ho. Right, we're going to wrap it up in the next few minutes or so. So if there's anything else anyone wants to have a chat about, please feel free. What have I got in this banners list? Nothing. What's anybody else got con-wise this year? Has anybody else going into anything? Whether it's Telford on the weekend or for Love of Sci-Fi, what's anything everyone got planned? Obviously, big announcements the last few days with Elizabeth Olsen now moving away from Love of Sci-Fi, which pain in the arse, but it's one of those. Writer strikes just finished. I'm surprised there's not been more guests cancelled because they got to go back to work. So considering it's just one, is what it is. LFCC was easy because the amazing company you went with. Oh, ain't that nice? Yeah, I would agree. Cheers, Corey. Yeah, I didn't think it was that difficult when I was making it. When I do it on the presentations, I do it on my phone, and it because it's like a smaller image. I'm looking at it. It doesn't seem that blurry, and then I see it on a big screen. Yeah, fair play. It was. Corey's next con's Liverpool. I'm gutted. I'm on a stag do during Liverpool Comic Con. Lord of the Rings, obviously one of my favourite franchises, and Lost is, and Dominic Monaghan has just been announced, and I'm absolutely gutted. So hopefully now he's on a Monopoly circuit, he does a few more, and they start announcing the same guests for different cons, because at the minute, the last day or two, it's making me very sad. It seems like a Lord of the Rings convention at the minute. It's making me very, very sad. Telford's not paying guests. Oh, is this the contractual obligations? Their agreements? It's interesting. Not good news. Really? What really? Oh, they're paying guests. Yeah. There has been 3 dropouts. Hopefully it's not Elizabeth cancelled because she heard Coombsy won't go into Manchester. Oh, you're not getting your lift no more. Yeah, so Elizabeth Olsen's cancelled, but they have announced Joseph Quinn as a backup and Anthony Mackie, who is obviously now Captain America, Falcon. But obviously the main reason we all know him is because his real name's Clarence from 8 Mile. So yeah, I think he's 170 something quid, maybe. 157 pound he is to meet Anthony Mackie. He's Saturday only, so I imagine he's going to be absolutely rammed. And his real name's Clarence, and he lives at home with both parents, and his parents have a real good marriage. Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's a shame that all these very, very distant cities, and they're all very close together, because there are some really, really good guests. So, yeah, prioritizing wise for me, Jon Snow and the Emperor outweigh the boys cast massively. I still don't think Anthony Starr is going to go to Love of Sci-Fi next month. I think he's going to cancel. He posts some really strange things on his stories, and he just doesn't seem like the sort of guy that'll actually go. So I will see. Maybe he will, but I got a feeling that he won't be. I would go just to ask him how it feels to get wrecked by Eminem. Yep. He choked. He's a choke artist. Love 8 Mile. What a film. I'm gonna have to watch that soon. One of my friends, every time we do karaoke and the song finishes, he just starts rapping the 8 Mile raps. It's brilliant. Right then, guys, I'm going to start to wrap up. Thank you very much for everyone that has joined in this evening and everyone that joined in with the game. Really appreciate it. Big thanks to everyone that came along to LFCC. Thank you to Jon Snow for showing up. Yeah, thank you for everyone joining in and helping me out on my own. It's been a really good stream. Really appreciate all dropping by. Clarence, America. Yeah, been very fun. Hopefully see you on the Teletalk stream next week. But if not, I will be back. See you later, you lot.